Call me old man Wade.
Damn you, old man!
Wait.
Old ass man.
Shut up, old man. You smell like fart.
No!
Old man.
He's so old, he got a podcast on cassette.
Fuck, you're old.
Damn it, Wade.
You know one of my favorite things about this? Ladies and gentlemen, you know one of my favorite things about doing this show with my wife? Is she'll ask me what the topics are, and then I'll send her the docket, and then she'll literally just say to you, I wasn't really reading it. Anyway, this is the Old Man Wade Show. I am your host, the God of Stubborn, the Lord of Laughter, the Sire of Sarcasm, Old Man Wade, and I'm sitting here with my lovely life.
Hey.
With a normal wow, that was less than normal. With a less than normal
I'm really
enthusiasm.
tired.
You were not tired.
I am?
You don't sleep, you wait.
What? I like to blink every once in a while. I just didn't get my full blink in today.
Your full blink. Your hour long blink.
My couple hour long blink. I need at least three blinks.
Blink, blink. Blinkity, blink, blink, blink.
And I didn't get that today. I'm tired.
In that jovial giggle you hear to the right side of your dial, snuck in through the side door.
All the doors.
Introduce yourself, please.
It is Stephanie Renee of Venom's Corner, the Lady Venom herself.
Can I tell them where they can find you while I sip my beer?
Oh my god. Instagram, you can find me at Venomously Me, VYNOMOUSLYME. I should probably shorten that. That seems long.
No, I like it.
No, Venomously Me, I like that.
Yeah. I like it.
So, we are getting into the summer of sex. I decided to do this, and I've actually stayed consistent with it, so I'm kind of happy about it. And we have a plethora of topics today regarding things of the sexual nature. So, here's topic number one. And I'm really curious about this. Could you let somebody else watch you have sex?
On purpose?
Well, yeah, well,
Like, what is that? Cuckolding?
no, that's not cuckolding. Like, that's more
No, that's somebody watching you. I guess voyeurism.
voyeurism. I guess cuckolding is kind of a way for it, but cuckold's a little different, though.
Okay. Not really.
Like inviting someone, like, oh, sit here, watch the show.
Like, if someone was like, oh, hey.
Live taping.
Like, if somebody was like, hey, I want to watch you have sex.
Yeah.
Would you be okay with that?
Yeah.
Am I getting anything out of it?
No, they just want to watch you have sex.
It's creepy.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yes, it is what it is.
Like a purposefully peeping Tom.
Like, okay, I understand we're supposed to be like judgment free. That's fine.
We don't kink shame here.
Okay, no kink shame.
We are kink clowners.
I don't think I would want somebody watching me have sex because like you do things when you're having sex, like you be making faces. Like I don't even want you to watch me half the time because God knows what my face looks like. It ain't sexy. Like it's not like porn. Like porn, I'll be like, they be making faces.
No.
You know, they got makeup and shit. Real sex is not like that. It'd be like dirty. You'd be like cockeyed, retarded. Sorry, I said the R word. Like, but
you are super loud.
you be making faces.
No, I couldn't do it because sex in itself is already a self-conscious thing. Yeah, it's private, but you know, always in the back of your mind, you're like kind of wondering about little things that's happening during sex.
Yeah.
Like as a woman you do. So it's like oh, like am I?
Is my body right?
Right.
Is my boob in my left armpit?
Right. Is my arm caught to the side? Like, oh, did I shave my armpits today? Like what's going on right now?
Right?
So I don't think adding another person. I think adding another person to that, even if they're just watching, is killing the vibe.
Yes.
Like if you're in for the threesome, I don't know. But if you're like,
just stand there and watch.
No.
Like in the corner.
Because then I'm like, are you judging? Like, it takes me out. It takes me out of what's going on.
Like, can you see that pimple on my ass?
Right. Like,
well, if you see it, can you pop it while you're back there?
You would say that.
Can you bring me a sandwich? It's almost done. Like what's going on here?
All right. Okay. So how about that? They're like, hey, I want to watch you have sex, but when it's over, I'll make sure I have an ice cream sundae waiting.
No.
I can make my own ice cream sundae.
Right?
You
I don't need you to watch me creepily.
What if they're not watching?
I can make you get up and go get me ice cream sundae.
What if they're not watching creepily? What if they're kind of sitting there in a chair, like legs folded?
What is not creepy about
Because
watching you have sex in a corner?
I'm trying to explain. It's not in a corner. they're in like a nice
What?
A waiting room, like with
Remember
glass
the
windows.
room?
yeah, like a silk robe, one of those like
Are they?
in like a plush seat, like you know what I mean, drinking their hand, little scotch.
Have you done this before, old man?
Look, what I do.
It sounds like it.
What I've done when I was single is my own business.
Yes.
Someone asked me once to watch that was someone else have sex.
Like, and you did?
Yeah.
And it wasn't creepy?
I joined in.
Well, that's different.
That's different because you.
I watched for a little while.
Yeah.
Then I shot my shot, and they win it.
Okay, but there's a difference between just sitting back and watching someone having sex.
Originally, it was just like, watch. And I was like, yeah, fuck it. If they tell me to stop, then I'll stop. But they didn't, so a fun time was had by all.
Okay. Whatever. You just climbed up in there. You're like, whoa. Excuse me.
There were little instances where a booty might have been way too close to my face, and I was like, okay, you're not doing this more than once for no reason.
Okay, so then there was definitely an inference that was going to happen.
Well, I didn't know that.
Yeah, but you did.
I did.
But you did.
I did.
So you thought you were just going to watch them bang?
Yes.
And that was it.
That was it.
And you were like, okay, I'm just going to sit here and watch them bang.
Sure. What else was I doing?
They plotted on you.
That's fine.
They did.
There was no thought that you thought that you would ever be involved?
There was hope, but it wasn't like...
There was hope! I'm assuming this was two women.
Yes. I've never had devil's threesome.
I've never had a devil's threesome. I'm just trying to clarify.
If I would have said it, but I've never had one.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm just saying, like, why not? Just, like, do your thing. Like,
Well, I guess, like, in that instance, if you were, like, I don't know.
But I guess it depends on the scenario. Like, a guy watching two women, okay. I know a woman watching two men, nope, that's not gonna work.
I don't
like,
see that.
yeah.
I mean, there's probably people who do want to see that, though. Like,
right.
Again, no kink shaming. I don't want to see it.
No.
Look, man.
I personally couldn't have someone just sitting there watching me
Have
in
sex.
that.
No.
I
agree.
All right, what if
It's too
they're paying you?
self-conscious.
What if they're paying you?
How much we talking?
What's your number?
I mean, like, it would have to be a big number.
Like
really,
a pretty big number.
I do for $100.
Nope. Mm-mm.
You are such a cheapo. I do about $100.
The man you married.
I know, right? He's cheap as shit. $100. $100. You watch.
Was your wedding big?
Yeah.
Oh, girl, I'm
Kinda.
sorry. You could have got away with $100 wedding.
Right? Shit.
I didn't want to get married. That was her.
$2 on the suit in the thrift shop.
Dog, my wedding ring cost what?
I don't know.
Like $200 maybe?
No, your wedding was more than that.
It was?
Yes.
Ew.
Speaking of, where is your wedding ring?
In the bathroom. In the bathroom in the drawer.
Threesomes, no wedding ring.
Yeah, that's what it is.
It's gotten real.
Yeah.
No, but like.
So what's your number? What would someone have to say to you if they were like, I want to watch you and old man Wade have sex?
I would never let somebody watch us have sex. Never. I value our relationship too much.
For no amount of money?
If I was just banging some random and somebody was like, I'll pay you like a lot of money.
What's a lot of money?
Like, a lot of money. Thousands. Like, it would have to be like.
At least how much?
I don't know. I don't know. It's too hard for me to like say that. I would never let anything like that happen with like you ever because because I care about you.
I also want to point out that you guys have both said it had to be a dude.
But if you're disposable, like whatever. I mean, what would have to be a dude?
I feel like you guys are like making it seem like it's always going to be a guy who wants to watch. I feel triggered.
I mean, if I'm sorry. Do you need a parade? You need a parade?
No, I'm not.
Shall we not say manholes?
You don't want to be touched in your manhole? You want me to call it? What was it? What are we calling it?
Maintenance
hole. A maintenance hole. That sounds even worse. That sounds dirtier. Oh, let me touch your maintenance hole. Show me your maintenance hole. Better go touch your ankles. Ah, look at that maintenance
No,
work.
because like this kind of brings me back. One of my girlfriends actually, she was like, she actually told me, she was like, I would love to like watch you have sex, and that made me like,
Wait, one of your actual friends?
like one of my actual like close girlfriends was like, I want to, I would love to like watch you in the act. And I'm like, no.
But like, okay.
Why?
But I feel like there's something underlying there. I've never like wanted to watch one of my friends have sex.
No.
That just makes me feel like
I
she wanted to watch you.
Listen, I shut that down real quick, please. No. So I already have the assumption, like
No.
Nope. So I don't know if I'm the only one that does this, but it's like I know certain friends of mine, like the energy they give off. I'm like, oh, she must be boring. Like she must be a whole crew.
No. True.
She must be a prude. Like just the way like she walks, like a few of my friends.
Missionary, like
Yes, like oh my god, don't mess up my hair.
Yo, all right.
Like
Thank you.
like, oh, don't mess up my hair, blah, blah, blah. Oh, my God, I'm sweating. Oh, my God, no, don't
Yeah,
touch me
so-
there. Like, why would you lick that? Like, I see it, like, some of y'all, like, I already know, you're boring. You might be a whole porn star. You're boring, though. Like, I already, like, mapped it out in my head, like,
fair.
So one of my buddies said he's actually done it while people watched.
like, multiple.
Like I'm thinking like multiple times.
Like there's a
people-
group.
Oh.
There's a viewing.
Amanda
What's that
said,
country where they're, like,
Amanda
in
Gary,
the-
how about no? So hold on.
Who?
Listen,
hold on.
I'm not knocking anybody for it. Like,
all right, no, hold on. No, 'cause I want to get this because if I don't, I'm gonna forget. So me and my friends, we were having this really dorky conversation. I've been reading a lot of Spider-Man, and he always gets like these really hot women. I'm like, yeah, his stroke game must be on point.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, Spider-Man's stroke game must be on point.
Yeah,
What,
but
to
like,
get the gab?
I mean, not that only that. Like, it's fucking Spider-Man. Like the webs and the
Yeah, like he's agile.
bondage and the
Like, he's
low-key.
agile, fuck
Like
on
literally,
the wall.
like yeah, like
Low key, some women like to be tied up.
be like swinging through the whatever, swinging on the swinging.
Yeah.
While swinging.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, so stop. And it was just like he's like way too like self-deprecating to continuously get this many women. I'm like, his stroke game must be tough.
A lot of like self-deprecating men though sleep with a lot of women.
Yeah.
I mean,
No, but
you
like-
did. You was a hoe,
Trying to fill the hole.
and nobody hates you more than you.
That's also true. That is
So,
also.
Why?
I don't know. That's
'Cause he's ridiculous.
That's a whole other conversation.
All right.
And so I started going down a list of people who I think have good stroke game.
on the list
Let me tune in.
Luke Cage.
Okay.
has an excellent stroke game. There's no way he doesn't.
Yeah. Cyclops.
Weak.
Are you kidding?
No.
No, he's gotten a lot of like.
I don't care what he's gotten. That he's sandpaper.
No.
Yes.
No.
Dry. Sand.
You've never read a Cyclops comic book in your life, so trust me, I think his stroke game's tight.
He's like Wonder Bread.
Wolverine.
Stroke game.
Yep.
Definitely.
He was having sex.
He'd be like,
he was
cut
having,
your clothes off and shit. You don't even have to get naked.
Just one finger.
Done.
I was reading this comic book where
Lose the bra.
he was like, oh, he's had sex.
It's
with
almost like Fruit Ninja.
shit.
Fruit Ninja.
Wolverine, the Fruit Ninja.
I can't.
Can you imagine, like, you just standing there, next thing you know, you're naked. Everything to shreds.
No choice. It just happened.
Just
How'd you get naked? I don't know.
pray you gotta change your clothes somewhere.
And like apparently he's learned like sex stuff from like other planets.
I'm sure.
It's a world of fantasy. Just let it happen. Like
So
like Deadpool.
Deadpool has a good stroke game.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's-
definitely.
But you know,
He's ridiculous.
He got like that asshole appeal going, so it's just like that. Just
Yeah, no, it brings
So
it out
even
of
if
you.
it is whack, it's like they're gonna say, "Oh my god, it was great."
And that whole skin shit, it's ribbed for her pleasure.
Yep.
Naturally. Sorry.
That's a classic.
There's something wrong with me.
Lack of sleep.
I kind of feel like Miss Marvel, well, Captain Marvel would be terrible in bed.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
She's too, like, uptight.
Wonder Woman would probably be awesome, but I think she might hurt you. And I kind of feel like she'd want to fuck too.
I don't know though, because like if you really think about it, like they don't. I mean, sex for them is like procreation. It's for like
not always
to make babies.
No.
I mean, that was like the biggest thing. Like,
Anaconda, maybe the movie, but Anaconda.
no, I'm not even saying it's in the movie. Oh, I'm sure she does. I'm just saying, like, wasn't that the big thing though with the Amazonians? Like, they don't need men other than to reproduce.
That's true.
Like.
Yeah, but now she gets in a world where she can actually fuck, so she like, you know.
It's just where she fuck.
She fuck.
Fuck.
Superman's probably boring as shit.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like,
Missionary only, don't touch his hair.
Yeah.
Don't touch the curl!
That's it. Don't touch my hair.
Right? Definitely.
Two stroke. Wasn't that great? No, it wasn't.
Iron Man's probably trash.
Yep.
Too concerned about himself.
Yep.
There was one more I had. It was
He'd definitely be like, "Oh, that was so good for me. It was good for you, right? Yeah, okay."
It was funny. He had sex with Gamora, and then like she left. Like you could tell she was unsatisfied. He just rolled over and was like, "Ouch."
Yeah, he's too full of himself.
Yeah. Alright, that was a nice nerdy conversation. I'm going to take a quick break right here, and we'll come back with the next part of the Summer of Sex.
This is a Main Hustle Media podcast. Hey y'all, this is Charmaine, aka Mixed Girl Maine, host of Militantly Mixed, the podcast about race and identity from the mixed race perspective. If you are of mixed race or multi-ethnic heritage, this show is here to represent for you. And if you're a monoracial person that is just curious about what us mixed folks go through, this show is for you too. You can check us out on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, Spotify, or most any other podcast platform. Militantly Mixed is a Main Hustle Media podcast, and don't forget to be your mixed ass self. Main Hustle Media. Turn your side hustle into your main hustle.
And welcome back to the Old Man Wade Show. Don't forget to visit oldmanwade.com. We've got some of the backlog episodes from SoundCloud, articles that are going up. We probably put maybe like 4 out a month. We're gonna actually I'm gonna try to up that up a little bit more, just to get more traffic to the website. You can find me at oldmanwade.com on Twitter, and I forget what my Instagram is, but I talk more shit on Twitter than I do on Instagram, so it is what it is.
That's a fail.
It kind of is. I spend most of my time just like posting goofy shit on fucking Instagram. It's way more fun. My Instagram is actually oldmanwade.com.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so
Okay.
it's the same thing on both ends.
It's not manhole. Sorry, I just can't get over that.
Maintenance hole.
I'm just gonna start calling you maintenance hole. Like, what's up, maintenance hole?
That's so sexy.
I don't know. This might be the one episode that has way too many fucking
You want to maintenance my hole? Sorry. Go ahead.
My
Sorry.
friend left me.
Oh, she's over in the corner. Legit.
Oh man, y'all are the best.
Go.
Y'all are really the best. I'm glad this happened. That's not sarcasm. I am legitimately glad the two of you.
Get it together, manhole. What's the question?
Old manhole Wade.
Old manhole. Old maintenance hole. Yes.
Maintenance hole Wade.
I'm not calling it a fucking maintenance hole.
Maintenance hole Wade. All right. So this is a topic that I'm actually gonna have with the opposite sex soon. It's gonna be things women wish guys knew about sex. So Miss Venomous.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, because you're so ashamed and shocked to talk about this. I'm so worried about you having. So what are some things? Actually, give me. We'll go one by one. What's something you wish more guys knew?
Oh my god. Anal is not an option for everybody. First of all.
Nope.
Like there's like they'll be like in the groove and then just try to throw it in there. It's like no, wait, stop. What we're not about to do is this.
My butthole is an option.
Stay out of my maintenance hole.
Okay? Like, you have to ease into that. Like, you know, it's a process. Like, you don't just go for it.
I mean, sometimes it slips. I had that accident happen. It was awful.
It's like, no.
I may have jumped a little bit and or cried.
Let me tell you.
I also may have been banging on my best friend's kitchen table.
Oh.
It was my husband, though. It's okay. We weren't married then. Does she know that? She knows that, right?
She'll know now.
It's a different table. Her kids don't eat off that one.
They sure enough sat in that seat, though.
This has just...
Sometimes when it slips into your maintenance hole, you have to jump up and scream, "Get out of my maintenance hole." Okay, I'm done.
No. Anal is not an option for everybody.
I agree. Anal is not an option for everybody on both ends. So you can have anal with one person and have it be fine, and you can have anal with another person and have it be not fine.
No, because first of all, size matters.
Exactly.
And so does lubricant.
Yeah.
Like,
sometimes an innie is just an innie and an outie is just an outie.
That too.
Don't touch my
But just not for it. Like, let it be.
Don't touch my maintenance.
I'm literally using that all the time now.
Oh man, this is gonna be so much fun tomorrow when we start talking about maintenance holes around hobby Shanice.
Yes.
Oh, that's gonna be so cute.
So for me, for men need to learn, the clitoris is attached to the woman's body. Please stop trying to rip it off.
I found that when first time I really
it's painful and uncomfortable.
It's very sensitive.
Finishing my sentence.
It's very sensitive.
Very sensitive. Light touch, not like rough.
But I've met a few women who like the rough.
To the orgasm.
Some women have like the
But did they?
The speed bag touch.
Mm-mm.
I think they're probably lying.
Maybe it was.
Well, no, because when they say go faster, go harder, then.
I mean, when it gets to a certain point, I'm sure, but I'm saying like going in like rough. Like some people are just rough. They be like attacking your shit, and you be like, not sexy. Like calm it down.
It's not a chew toy, like no.
Yeah, like it'd be rough.
I remember the first really went down on a girl. I did a fairly good job. The next time, this is when I found out that not every woman is built the same.
Right.
And this is when I learned how to accept instructions. Not a hard concept. Just listen. And if you don't want to listen, go with the body movement. If you know something works one way and they don't move the next time, then go back to what you were doing before.
Fair.
Yeah. It's trial and error. Not everybody's the same. Like, yeah.
You're supposed to have bad sex in your teens, though.
I didn't have bad sex ever.
Well, I'm a guy, so I didn't really have bad sex when I was a teen. I'm pretty sure I was bad at it, but thankfully...
You're bad touch.
Bad sex story, like the whole jackrabbit thing is a no.
Oh,
that's hip-hop. Hip-hop made that like a thing.
What, jackrabbiting?
Let me hurt that. Let me hurt that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like the way it was...
Yeah, I guess so.
No, like that is not the way to go. Like, no.
So I've had this conversation with other like female friends in general about sex and men, and like men thinking that like just hard quick banging is like the thing, right? Like,
I have literally told somebody get off me and I left.
Wow.
Like it was not. I couldn't do it. I was just like, no.
So one person who I think wants to remain nameless, I don't know, I'm not gonna say his name. He was the topic about like, would you let somebody watch you have sex? And he goes, there are people that have known me for years and never saw me with clothes on.
Wait, what? I don't get it.
They've known me for years.
Only seen us
naked. Oh.
Well then.
Naked. Okay.
Those were the terms and conditions.
So everybody's seen his maintenance hole?
just that population.
So like when...
Alright, so back to the topic at hand.
I said my...
Is he like a paid professional, like I have questions?
No, he's polyamorous.
Okay.
So.
Alright.
Nobody you know.
Okay.
Mike, whisper it to me. Whisper.
Yeah, nobody knows. Nobody you've met.
So another big thing is
Half big thing.
not. Well, I mean, not always.
Why you gotta put my business out there?
Seriously, I tried the cow before I married it.
Yeah,
I'm good. I was
that's also
happy.
true.
I was happy.
I also don't get how people. And I get religion and blah 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 blah. I don't get how people can date someone, marry someone, and not have sex with them first.
I feel like they have a high divorce rate.
I feel like that's very true. No, I mean, realistic. Well, you have to think about the constitution of marriage, right? Like back in the day, having sex and whatever was inappropriate and was wrong. You weren't supposed to do it. You're supposed to get married, then you have sex. Blah blah blah.
And even when you were married and you did have sex, it was for the man's pleasure only.
It wasn't for yours.
Right.
Women weren't really meant to be pleasured. We were meant to have children, fucking clean your clothes, clean your house,
barefoot and pregnant.
Yeah, no, exactly. So now you got into the 60s, 70s. Women became free and sexually open.
You know what I don't get about that?
And honest. And as the years progress, it becomes more and more progressive.
Yeah.
But there still are people who believe in no sex before marriage or whatever. But for the most part, if you look at society as a whole,
as a maintenance hole,
as a maintenance hole, religion is less involved now.
It is.
People are having sex premaritally. People are waiting to get married.
I feel
people are waiting to have children.
With the religion being less involved is now there are so many issues with people of power that are in the religious realm.
Yes.
Like the molestations and things like that. It's really hard to respect their leaders, so it's they're straying away from those rules and those guidelines.
Yes.
It's their rebellion.
Yes.
Bit. And so, but it's just there was sex in the Bible.
Yes.
Let's just throw that out.
There was all sorts of shit in the Bible.
Oh, okay.
There's sea monsters and unicorns in the Bible.
Including Black Jesus.
Middle Eastern Jesus, you mean?
But they ain't gonna speak on it, alright?
Middle Eastern Jesus.
But it's what sex is for, the dynamic of it has changed so much.
Extremely. Because, right, sex used to be for procreation, to have children. Yeah. That was it.
Now it's sex is for sale, sex is for exploitation, sex is for so many other things. Aside, sex for pleasure has dwindled down significantly. Sex for pay is up. Sex for revenge is up.
Yo, has anybody ever had revenge sex? The other person doesn't have to know what's going on, but you've done something specifically. Alright, this is fucked up.
I'm trying to think.
It was an attempt, but my conscience got the best of me.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, just do it.
No, it was an attempt. Okay.
My cat's looking at you. She was like, what bitch? She came around the corner. Excuse me? What'd you say?
She said, my friend's a hoe.
I know that bitch was a hoe.
Why'd y'all
literally said that. She came around the corner and whipped her head. She whipped her head. It was funny.
She whipped her head.
She did.
She didn't go through with this, so it counts for something.
She was like, excuse me? What'd you say?
No, so it's okay, that situation. I was like, I'm gonna get back at this person. Boom. I'm gonna fuck her husband.
Ooh.
Dog.
Oh! What did she do? To bang somebody's husband? She had to do some kind of... I hope so. Stephanie. Woo!
Yo.
What? Her husband wasn't the most, faithful character anyway. But I knew that me being that person would be the ultimate. That's it. Me being the other person and having that upper hand, especially knowing how she viewed me at that point, it'll be this. It would have been.
No, that would be the ultimate fuck you.
Yeah.
Like, no, it would. I mean,
and everything was perfectly aligned for it to happen.
She didn't cut you? I would cut you.
I know for a fact she can't go toe to toe with me. She might have sent
fair. She might have sent
some people, but I knew for a fact she couldn't go toe to toe with me. But it was like everything was like perfectly aligned.
What
Like,
if her
it was a
husband
night
cheated?
out.
You wouldn't have them problems.
I mean,
like her husband tried to drift this way plenty of times, and I was like, nope, go home. Good night.
Okay.
Bye. But yeah. So it was like, okay, all right. It was a night out. Everybody was having fun. He slipped in my social media inbox, and we were texting, having a conversation.
Your social
and
media
I was
manhole?
like, "Yep,
maintenance home.
Maintenance
home.
My bad.
well kept.
Sorry, I'm being
well
rude.
kept. It's bleached.
So I'm like, okay. I was like, oh, I just pulled up to my house, like, come meet up with me or whatever. He pulled up, he parks. I get in his car, we're sitting there, we're talking. He has a bottle of liquor in his car. So now we're like taking drinks and we're still talking. He's like, oh, like, can I come upstairs? Okay. So I was like, well, all right.
I love the pause.
I was like, well, all right. He comes upstairs, sitting on my couch, we're talking. He's trying to like rub on my legs and this, that, and the third. And then it was just like something like, I don't know, it was like something just like went slow motion for me. And I was just like, I can't do this.
Okay.
And at that point, it wasn't even about him or her or whatever. It was just like myself. I was thinking about me, and I'm like, nah, I can't do this. And I was like, you gotta go.
Oh, so you blue balled the shit out of him.
Okay, so you didn't actually do it.
Balled. I couldn't go through.
You didn't even follow through?
I couldn't.
Oh.
I really couldn't. And he was there. He was like
ready to go.
He was just waiting for the actual
wife ever find out?
No.
What?
Nope. And I still see her, and I just be like, I could have fucked your husband.
Hold on.
And it's gone. It's gone. It's all gone.
Like, I just had that in my head. Like, I could have fucked your husband.
But you
like, I did you a favor. Because I could have fucked your husband.
I gotta say, though, that there is there are some moments where you kind of look at somebody and it's like, okay.
Like, I could fuck your whole life up with one move.
Alright, so my wife...
I don't know if I could ever do that, though.
I absolutely could.
That's because you're an asshole.
No.
You are petty as fuck. If somebody made you mad and you don't think you're petty?
No.
Wow. You're petty.
I have petty thoughts.
You have petty tendencies.
I have petty thoughts.
The fact that you just said I could do it.
I know I'm a piece of shit.
No, it doesn't make you a piece of shit.
Oh, I'm a piece of shit. So
you just are petty. Like, you would do some shit to get back at somebody like that. If we weren't together, you would totally bang somebody's wife.
No,
just to get back at them. Yes, you would. Just to be like, I fucked your wife. And what?
I would.
Yeah, you would. You petty as fuck.
I wouldn't.
And it's like that underlyingness of knowing you wouldn't even tell them if you see sitting in front of them all the time. Like,
no, he would tell them.
Oh no! So I would just sit there and let me tell you. Okay, I would not. I would not have sex with someone's wife if they were in a happy relationship.
Well, I mean, if they were in a happy relationship, you wouldn't even have the opportunity.
Okay.
Well, if the happiness is one-sided, you might.
Yeah.
True.
But even then, it's like, okay, you're with this dude. He doesn't know. I'm not gonna be the one.
Okay.
It's like that. However, if the other person is someone I don't like or completely despise, oh yeah, I'm absolutely gonna do it. And then look at him and talk. And when they wait for him to say something, just go, "I fucked your wife."
Just like that.
Just like that.
Oh no, you would.
Just like that.
Just throwing it out there. Oh, by the way.
I fucked your wife. So when you were rubbing her back, you have traces of me on her.
Ew.
On you. Yes.
That's just filthy.
Get right on her back.
Gross.
Yeah. Remember when you were rubbing her back? Yeah, you just rubbed my semen all over your hands now.
Stop it.
Because she didn't shower before she left.
Oh, that's gross.
Massage on.
Did we have that conversation?
No, my wife thinks I'm a piece of shit because I would have sex with someone's 20-plus-year-old daughter and then send them pictures going, next time don't fuck with me.
What?
And then send it to the father like
you
that.
did that?
No,
Like,
we saw something.
No, there was a person who may or may not have worked in my building who was a giant piece of shit.
Yes.
Like a huge piece of shit. Like you could look at him and tell he was a giant piece of shit. Never said hello to anybody. He was just a giant cunt. And one day he walked in with his daughter, who happened to be attractive, and was like talking to me like we were like we spoke every day. And I'm looking at him like, nigga, what? And his daughter's giving me the eye, and I'm like, oh, if I wasn't married, I would fuck you and send pictures to your father.
He would. I know my husband. I know him well.
Accountability.
Taking back shots like,
selfie.
And he would.
I cannot.
I'm aware of who I am.
Oh, man's the king of pettiness.
I'm not the king of pettiness.
Yes, you are. You love being petty.
I haven't done anything petty.
No, you haven't, because you're married now. You've done petty shit in the past.
Name one.
I can probably think of a few.
No, I'll give you the whole episode to think of some.
I don't know. Okay, fine.
Because
I'm really tired. I'm working on an hour of sleep. I'm going to think of something.
Wait, no, she's not. And by the time it happens, it won't be recorded anymore, so it won't count. Do you have any more lessons that you wish?
So besides ripping your clitoris off,
nipples are very sensitive too, so put that in the same category as this the clitoris.
That goes to both sides, though.
Don't.
That goes to both sides. Like, don't rip my fucking nipples off.
Don't tear them off. They matter.
Yeah.
Nipple lives matter.
Nipple lives matter. I'm not even writing that down. I don't need the Black Lives Matter people coming at me. I support them. I don't need fucking.
All the lives matter. Nipple lives, clit lives, manhole lives,
clit hole lives. Oh my god!
It gets better and better. What's next?
Clit hole lives. What's next is I'm gonna take a break and we're gonna come back with more shenanigans.
All these rappers beefing online and then it be on site. But whatever happens, I'ma put it up on my blog site. Somebody dies and I offer condolences, even though I was the main one promoting it. Soon as we over it, looking for two more to keep on exploiting it for. We'll take the briefs off of bottoms and take a bullet to the back. Meaning we'll strip down and get shot down to be celebrities. In fact, all this sensationalism, just a new model for business. We got these bottles of attention and pass them off as a prescription. Because validation, admiration, that's the latest drug of choice, a new addiction. I'm the vice, you the vice, we the vice, so supervising intervention. Peddlers pushing dope, and the pimps is pushing sex. Press a button on your phone, watch you get caught up in that, caught up in that. Rate us, showcase us with a host, they embrace us. Will even degrade us in the name of it. Right after class, we should go embarrass this new dude. Yeah, let's jump up, take them shoes.
And we're back at the Old Man Wait Show, the final segment of the Summer of Sex. And while this isn't a sex topic, I think it's something that, can kind of still fit under the same category or whatever you want to call it. So, are there double standards between men and women when there are breakups?
Abso-fucking-lutely.
I'm listening.
Like, I feel like there's a whole stigma about women in dating. Like women aren't allowed to juggle, whereas men can, or, a woman who comes from one relationship and goes automatically into the realm of, talking to multiple people or trying to get herself back out there. It's like, oh, well, why don't you take a break and, get yourself together and, try to gather your thoughts. Like, not all breakups are traumatic.
Yes.
Most of them are necessary. Most, I'd say, are necessary. There's only very few that it's like, oh, I was emotionally tied, or, we may have went in business together or some other thing where it's just like, okay, maybe I do need to pump my brakes before entertaining something else. But if I feel like I want to get back out there, let me get back out there.
And you don't think that's the same with men?
No. With men, it's like, oh, you just got out that breakup, bro. Let's go to the bar. We're going to pull you some bitches.
Right now.
You're going to fuck tonight, and you're going to be over her. Yeah. You're going to be over her. And it's just like, now if my girls take me to the club, and it's just like, oh, there's a cute guy right there. Get his number. Have a one-night stand. It's like, oh, well, she's a hoe.
Yep.
I love women who are fluid in that sense, that's just like, I don't care. Like, I am so here for it. And I feel like, and the only reason why I say that is because before I settled down and went into the whole world of mom life, and throughout my 20s, I had my whole phase. Like, I did whatever I did whatever I wanted to do.
Not me.
It's a...
You're a master.
Did you just laugh at me?
Mark was a slut.
It's a...
What?
It's a liberating thing that needs to happen. Granted, it's not for everybody.
No.
But I know I've had friends who did not have a whole phase, and
then
they
they
are
got older.
screwed right now, trying to figure things out. Like, they have no idea how to maneuver this thing. They have no idea how to decipher feelings and, you know, hints that guys throw out there if they're interested or if they're not. Like, there's a whole unspoken language that you miss by not having a whole phase.
Agreed.
And so it makes it difficult for them. Like, for instance, do you think you would be married right now if you didn't have a whole phase? Or do you think your marriage would be as successful and as bonded as it is if you didn't have a whole phase?
I don't know. Okay, so it's hard. It's really hard for me to answer that question. Honestly. Well, because, I mean, I was with somebody from the age of 15 until 22.
Okay.
He passed.
Mm.
I whole phase for a while after that because I was just, like, hurting and I didn't want to be...
Was that, like, your grieving period?
Yeah. And my cousin, who is my best friend, like, I love her to death, who, like, literally has no qualms or issues with anybody hoeing, literally was like, you need to stop being a hoe. Because I was just, like, being reckless because I was feeling some kind of way. Like, right? Like, she was like, listen.
It was like it sounds like it was a bittersweet thing for you in that, like.
Yeah, like, I'm glad I experienced it to an extent because, like, I needed to, like, explore something else because I had sex with one person from the age of, 15 on until I was 22.
Right.
If, like, I don't know what would have happened if he didn't pass, like, right? Like, would be, I think about it now. So I think about it now at the age of 37.
36.
I'm going to be 37. Do I think we necessarily would have been together now? I don't know. Probably not.
Really?
I think about it now and I think about the person I am and how much I've changed, how much I've grown, how much life is different.
He was your security blanket.
Like, I mean, it wasn't even just that. Like, honestly, I can say, like, we definitely had a really special bond that a lot of people don't have. Right? Like, we grew up together. We knew each other before we started dating. We grew up together. We were in a relationship together for a really long time. I never had to experience what other women have experienced. And when I say that, I mean I've never had to experience having someone leaving you and being with somebody else.
Gotcha.
I've never seen that, right? So I was with him, he passed, and then I did whatever because I was all over the place. Then I met Mark. We were off and on, like, in the beginning, but then we were together. I've never had to experience watching someone I truly love be with somebody else.
Gotcha.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
yep. But I feel like...
I don't know how I would feel about that.
Oh.
I really don't. Like,
no,
would I stalk a bitch? Like, would I cut someone? I might.
You would.
Like, I probably would. Like, I've shake that hoe. But I've never experienced. I've never had to experience that.
Let me tell you.
I'm like, I honestly am like, does that make me fucked up?
No.
I experienced something completely different that most people don't have to experience. Like, I experienced losing someone I really loved very young that I was with for a very long time. And that was difficult. Like, it was very bad. But then I'm like, what would I have done if he was with somebody
But you know
else?
the thing is, one of the things about people who don't have whole phases are often developed. I won't say triggered because I feel like the word has been used.
It's overly used.
Yeah.
No, I'm triggered.
Gotcha, bitch. Whole phases are usually initiated by some type of experience or hurt or pain.
True.
So, like, yours came from...
It's like filling a void in your... And, like, sometimes for some people, they feel it differently.
It's almost like... But it's not necessarily filling the void. It's just like, this happened to me, and this happened to me, and now I feel like I need to live a little bit.
Yes.
Like, you know, it's not... Because it's not feeling anything. It's just giving me, like, this liberation, like, this freedom that I'm in control of this.
Yeah.
I deal with you when I feel like it. I cut you off when I don't. If I want to bring somebody new in the picture, I can do that. And I am in control of all of it. And you want to know why? Because it's shunned upon if I was to promote this out to society.
No,
if I was to post on social media every time I have somebody new in my life, people are going to judge the fuck out of it.
They're talking about you.
But this, I'm in control of this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm wearing my whole patch, honey. This, you can't strip this. Why? Because I have no shame in it. There's nothing for me to like. There's nothing for me to feel bad about. Because I need this right now.
No, I agree. I feel like
I'm discovering levels of myself I didn't know that were there.
Were existed. No, I agree. I agree with you. I feel like every woman, every man, every woman should have a whole face.
Right, but it's more promoted for men.
Oh my God! If you're a man, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
You know what's funny about that is I always assumed that a whole phase would actually be more important for a woman than it would be for a man.
You assume, but socially though, like in the world, the eyes of the like.
Oh yeah, socially, social norms.
Like
that,
women who sleep around are like filthy.
Who
they're dirty.
wants a woman who's
like,
never had sex before?
No, it's not even that. Like literally, a lot of dudes, they'll be like, "What's your number?" And not every woman can be like, oh, 3, 2. If a woman says 50, dudes will be like, oh, that's gross, you're just nasty. But if a dude says 50, they're like, oh, you're the man. Shit, you conquered the world.
High five.
Why?
Sorting over our looks.
But what is the thing is like, what is the difference? Like, why is it so...
You know the answer to that question.
Inappropriate for a woman.
You know the answer to that question.
But as a man, you can bang whatever the fuck you want.
You know the answer to that question.
If I was a dude, I'd bang everything.
Yeah, and that's why I did what I did. Because it was...
Oh, no, I would have been a wicked slut.
Dick slanging
everywhere. I
if Maria was a dude, we'd have been best friends.
Probably.
You probably would have been Eiffel towering bitches.
Probably. I would have been a slut. I would have been fucking everything. My brothers were sluts. Huh? Like, my brothers were sluts. Like, I would have probably, like, banged everything that moved.
My brother's so modest, I think.
No.
My brother's a hoes. But my thing is...
Oh, my brother's a hoes. Like, they're all hoes.
But the thing about my brother, he's so quiet about his life, like, about that part of his life.
Like, private.
Yeah, he's very private about it. He's only ever brought home 2 girls.
Wow.
Well,
I've
only brought home a couple of women.
He's 7. He's 7 years older than me, so he's 37. Mm-hmm. So it's like, he's only ever brought home 2. I don't know who he played around with and dealt with, but I think another thing he knew is that me and my mom are real strong-headed women. Mm-hmm. So
he's only going to bring women around that he's really
I completely understand that. The one time I brought home a woman, it was the first time I ever brought a woman home. Mm-hmm. And I realized that, like, this isn't something you do on a regular basis.
Nope.
Since then, I think I've maybe brought home only...
me. There's only me.
It could be only one.
That's right, bitch.
Only women
Calm
that...
down. You're the only...
Get out of my maintenance hole.
Get out of my maintenance hole.
But like I made it a point to only bring home women that actually like meant something. Like, you know what I mean?
Nobody met anything.
And that makes sense. Because let me tell you, the first girl he brought home was his high school sweetheart. They went together all through high school, went to prom together, everything.
And you mugged the shit out of her, right?
I was real young at that time, and I wasn't really caring who he brought around as long as he wasn't getting on my nerves. Because he had real big brother shit going on. Like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, fuck you, leave me alone. Like, that's...
Mind your business.
Right. Like, because my mother used to always send us together, like, my brother's like, oh, I'm going to play basketball. Take your sister to the park. Like, no, I want to go with them. Like, leave me alone. I want to go play with my friends, not his friends. So it was like a thing. And then his friends, because I had body for a little kid. Like, I developed like boobs, butt, and I didn't know at the time. So I'm just a girl, like just doing my thing.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'm not thinking about men looking at me or boys looking at me. I'm innocent.
And you're like 7
My
years
mom
old.
kept us in children's places.
Yeah.
And so his friends like now have become my big brothers. So it's like I always had this thing where it's like if I'm outside, I couldn't play like with my natural innocence or freedom because they're seeing something that I'm not seeing.
Yeah.
So I always looked at like, stay away from me, like, leave me alone. Mm-hmm. So when he brought his high school sweetheart home, I'm like, good, somebody to keep him out of my hair. I was lit, like, yes.
See, I was like an asshole.
Yes.
I grew up with 5 boys. I was an asshole. Like, because they were players. Like, my brothers were all, like, fairly good-looking men. Mm-hmm. Like, they were, like, attractive men. Like, in the eyes of, like, whatever. Man. And they all were, like, fucking hoes. Like, hardcore hoes. And, like, there'd be, like, girls. Like, my brother brought a girl home one day, and I was like, you're not the first one. You know that, right? I was an asshole. I was, like, a little bitch. I was like, there was a bitch here last week, bitch. Calm it down.
We're not going to be friends, hoes.
He don't like you like that. and she'd be like, what?
Leave the house crying.
What? Like, my brother would be like, why do you have to fuck up my shit? I'm like, because these bitches are dumb. Like, that's serious. Like, it used to make me crazy. I'd be like, these girls are fucking... That's how I learned how to date, right? Like, I learned how to date dudes for my brothers. Like, I knew what to look for because they were such players that I'd be like, all right, so not that line, not that line, These bitches would fall for the stupidest shit. I'd be like 9. Like, 9-year-old Maria would be like, bitch, you dumb.
9-year-old Maria was really like 17-year-old.
9-year-old Maria's like, bitch, you dumb. You're a dumb asshole. He don't love you.
You had first-hand access to the playbook. Yes. Like,
dead serious. Like, I'm like, they're all so much older than me too. Like, so like my older brothers. Like, I was in a stroller when one of my brothers was like a teenager, and he used to bring me to the mall. And pretend like I was his kid. Oh. And women would fall for that shit.
You was hoe bait, honey.
Yes.
Hoe bait.
Like, dead serious.
My son's now hoe bait. My brother takes him to the park.
Right? And women flock to that shit.
And it doesn't help that my son has, like, this whole flirtation thing going. He's so cute.
I know. Literally, he had me sprung. The minute I met him, I was like, your kid's so cute. I can't.
My mother picked him up from daycare on Wednesday. Wednesday. The teacher goes, Tasha's been kissing all the girls in the class. I'm like, my mother calls me. She's like, you gotta hear this. And I'm like, what? She goes, yeah, Tasha's been kissing all the girls in the classroom. And I'm like, my son's a hoe already.
I can't.
Like, I can't take it. Like, these are the things. And I'm telling. So my brother's like, that's what's up. Like, he's not running around kissing little boys in the class. That's besides the point. His dad has the exact same response. Well, at least he's not kissing little boys in the class.
I can't.
His old Caribbean St. Vincent grandmother and aunties in New York saying the same thing. Well, at least he's not kissing the little boys in the class there. You know, if he was back home in Ireland, and he just gonna run around kiss all the little girls. He's gonna be like, oh, go outside, go kiss up little Billy and say hello. Like, what? I do not want my son at 1 running around kissing little girls.
But, like, even then, think about it. Like, the stigma then. Like, he's 1 year old and everybody's like, oh, that's
and he's a whole hoe already.
That's natural. Good for him. At least he's kissing the girls. If it was the boys, we'd be concerned.
Now if I say, oh, Papa Man, give me a kiss. He giving me his cheek. Take his little self down. Let him have a whole out-of-body experience and come back like, listen, you kiss your mommy. You don't kiss these little girls.
Yeah, exactly. But there is, like, a huge double standard, though, I feel like, between, like, men and women. Like,
oh, yeah.
And it's bullshit. Like, honestly, I don't think I've ever looked at a woman and ever judged her for sleeping around.
No.
Like, whatever. I don't give a shit.
I don't judge anybody.
I'm like,
yes, do you, boo. Wrap it up.
As long as you're
safe. As long as, like, you're being safe, you're being clean, you're being whatever, and you're not, like, spreading disease or having like multiple children that you can't afford, I'm good.
Right.
Do you, boo?
Whole lives matter.
No, they don't.
What? Says the man who watched the people have sex
In the corner.
shot his shot.
Oh, I didn't say my life mattered
He
when I
was
was doing it.
solicited.
Mark was a big asshole.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I
Before he met me?
I wasn't a big... Okay.
Yeah, you were. You were a slut.
My numbers...
He was a whore.
My numbers went up dramatically in like 3 years. There was a good 3-year period where I was just... Okay. So I fucked a 0.
Huh?
I fucked a 0.
Okay.
And ever since then, I was like, you know what? I was fucking around. I was like, okay, I'm going to fuck, and I'm going to continue to fuck, but I'm going to have standards.
Okay.
So,
But I'm gonna
if someone threw it at me...
So you started out without standards? Lord.
Oh, my God, yeah. Yeah, my standards were shit.
Lord Jesus.
And I'm not saying she was a 0 because of her personality
Jesus,
or
take
because
the
of her
wheel.
looks. All I'm saying is she was 0. I'm just going to leave it at that. Also, speaking of, I got someone else. This is someone we mutually all know. Hold on, I'm gonna get back to it, but I have to share this. Someone we mutually know said to someone watching sex, they go, "Yep, not paid, drunk night, leaving the club in the parking lot."
I know who that is.
Who? No.
She went through the whole line. She's mouthing the whole line over there. I know it was her.
She should have got on the
She
first.
was next in line.
She should have made it on the first try.
I need to start.
You guys, Javi before her.
No, but the thing is, I need to start with her on everything. I underestimate
Wait,
how experienced this
Would
one
you let
is.
somebody watch that? Would you let somebody? Kim is one of my favorite people in the fucking world, man. She is free. You know one of the reasons I get along with all y'all? Y'all are free. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have to act like somebody I'm not. Like, you know what I mean? I can just pretty much be myself.
Listen.
Like, y'all don't give a flying fuck, and it's awesome.
Nope. Not even a little bit. Let me tell you. So after having my son, I became self-conscious about a lot of things.
Why? What changed?
I don't know, like, pregnancy emotions and having a kid fucked up everything that I had going on mentally.
Okay.
It put me in this space where ultimately I had lost myself.
Okay.
And I still don't feel like I'm 100% back to where I was. Like, I had told Mike, like, I haven't had sex in 2 years since my son was conceived.
Stop it.
My son was conceived around end of February, early March. I found out I was
And you
pregnant.
You're not, your kid's father, you're not involved with.
No.
Okay. That's
It was
personal,
like-
and we don't have to talk about it.
No, it's fine. I'm open about it. It's okay to me. This is gonna be the segment everybody's waiting for. So,
I don't mean it. Like, I don't know your personal story. I've never asked you, and it's none of my business.
oh
That's
no,
why.
it's fine. So
Like-
when I met my son's father, it was like there's an event. It's like a whole ski. It's supposed to be a ski fest weekend.
Ski fest? Like,
Yeah,
black
but-
people do that shit?
No, girl, that's what we just
Black
go to
people don't
parties.
ski?
Listen,
Amanda went to one of those. She
it's
was
just
telling me,
a
like,
theme.
I'm like, what? That's some white people shit. I'm
like, because she was
confused.
saying she went to like a Soka ski fest, and I'm like, you ski? She goes, no, just go for the party. I'm like, all right, whatever,
No,
man.
let me tell you.
You stay warm.
I
You
was
get,
just real confused.
you stay
Okay.
warm. You get drunk.
Out of the thousands of people that go, the number of people that ski are in the very low double digits. Okay.
Okay.
So,
I'm like, because I won't ski. Fuck that shit. And I'm halfway, so.
I ain't trying to end up like
You
Sonny
get
Bono.
there, You get there
Right?
Friday. You get there Friday evening-ish.
Where's
There's a
there?
pajama.
Like New Hampshire?
No, and the Poconos.
Oh.
Where the Poconos?
In Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
Oh.
They and all the events take place in this hotel, the Woodlands. So you get there Friday
Okay.
night. You check into your room. You go
Do whatever.
settle, get dressed for the pajama party. Friday night's pajama party. Saturday during the day, there are multiple events going on. There's the pool party, and then there's a club inside the hotel, so they have a day party there. So you have two options of
Do
where
we
you
do
want
this
to be.
every year?
Yes,
Are we doing this next year?
it's up to
Are we
your
doing this?
Pass.
So
You can go.
Marcus, I need a new husband. Come
You
on.
can go.
Okay.
So what is it? So
I'm gonna go by myself.
Saturday during the
Yeah,
day.
baby, you'll be fine.
Saturday during the day, you have the option of the pool party or the day party. And then...
Wait. Pool party?
Yep.
Yes.
In the winter?
Yeah, it's inside.
It's inside the indoor pool. And so you have the option of the pool party or the day party during the day.
Nope.
At night is the all-white party.
Like all white as in white people or as in white clothes?
All white clothes. So at night is the all-white party. And then Sunday is the breakfast / send-off party.
Okay.
So I don't know who the fuck is skiing in between them, but if you found the time and if it's your thing, go for it.
Black people don't
That is sounds.
I cannot see a black person coming down the slope.
You should see the black people drowning in the pool during the pool party.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Way down by the makeup and the weaves. It's like that's the main reason to go to the pool party is to see who's gonna drown that year. Like,
Stop it.
I'm so serious.
Time out. Stop.
I need to
Stop.
go.
No. I need you to stop talking.
Girls
I need
get
you to
so mad that somebody rescued them. I'll be like,
Time out. Start. I need to make sure that I hear this clear as day. Could you please repeat that?
which part? We go to the pool party to see who's gonna drown in the shit.
Stupid idiot.
Let me tell you, Alfred has been dubbed the pool party savior in my little world.
He saves the people?
Yes, it's him and there's this other older woman. They'll be on the deep end. Some girl, she whining on the side of the pool. She drops in.
Oh man, not again.
They're the first ones to go to the aid.
I can't.
And I'm just like,
I need to go to this. I want to be invited.
it's so exciting. You know what I mean?
We're going. What
Yeah,
is it? What
I'll
is
go.
it?
I'm down to go.
What year?
I joke.
Every year.
But
I'm down to
when?
go.
What month?
Probably like February, March or so.
Okay, we're going. I need to be a part of this. I need to see
All
it.
I'm gonna do is people watch and drink.
No, exactly. I need
That's
to
usually
see
what
this.
we do. And then in between times, like in between the parties, it's like the hallways. Like people bring their huge
I'm not
speakers
screaming.
and set them up in the hallways.
Sneakers?
Speakers.
Okay.
They bring their huge speakers and put
So,
them
like-
up in the hallway. So like they're partying in the hallways.
Oh, so it's like a blocked off section?
Wait, stop it.
No, they just
Are
in
the white
hotels.
people like having a nervous breakdown right now?
There are none.
What do you mean?
There's no white people. What?
There's probably like a scattered few I don't know, and it's just like, whoops.
Shut the fuck up. I'm like thinking about this. I'm like, what's happening with the white folks right now? Like Karen's not
Because the
calling
promoter-
management right
The promoter has sectioned off rooms.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, Karen's not calling the front desk being like, those black people are in the hallway.
And
So
let
if
me
I
tell you,
walk
the
out
employees
of my
are
boxer
so cool.
scratching my ass, no one's even gonna look twice.
They don't care.
Yeah,
I want to be.
We're doing this. We're doing
I want
this.
to be part of
I
this.
have to go in the hallway and tell my friends, like, let's go, it's time to go to bed.
You ain't gonna work. Trust me, I'm old as fuck.
Like,
Like
what?
I get 2 days. I get 2 days of partying in. Like Saturday night, I'm like, all right, I'm going to bed. Maria gonna be like, but I'm gonna. I'm like, that's fine. You're with Amanda, Kim, and Alfred. They'll keep you safe. I'm going to bed.
We stop at, because usually we'll...
No, he'll go to bed without me is the point. Like, I'll stay up.
And that's fine. That's fine. We usually do it in shifts as long as you're paired up with like one other person.
Yeah, no, we'll
That's
It's
all I
like
care.
a rotation, and usually our rooms are like in the same hall.
No, dead serious. I want to be involved in this.
So my thing is, it's funny about like leaving her alone. It's like if it's somebody like I don't trust, fuck no. I'll stay there and be miserable and tired. We went to Vegas, but her friend Pat was there. I'm like, cool, I can leave you with Pat. That's fine. If Pat wasn't there,
That's my best friend.
and if Pat wasn't there, I'd be sitting there miserable the whole fucking night.
He like went to bed. He's like, I'm going to bed. I was like, okay, cool. Like Pat,
Because I was ready to kill her friend.
Pat is
going
like
to choke her
literally
the
my
fuck out.
best friend in the entire world. He's a boy. He's a dude.
He's a man.
He's a man. He's a man. He just got married. I married him and his wife.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh, yeah.
No,
It was.
I'm
fucking bad.
ordained,
Really?
and I married him and his wife.
So she can marry people now.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So like,
yeah.
and it was a
Hold
cool
on.
experience.
If you want to know how much it is, you got to go through old man, her manager,
I'm not
old man
even
way.
about that life, so
I
you
can
ain't
tell
gotta
you.
worry about me.
But my thing is like most like because I have a male best friend or whatever. Like most people are like weird about that, but like
I'm good shit.
My
He's like one of my
husband, like,
closest
knows.
friends.
My best friend was my first.
oh really?
Oh, shit.
like
Yeah, we didn't
wow.
become best friends until after.
Wow.
Let me tell you, he had a whole girlfriend that wanted to take me out because she didn't understand like
The concept.
yeah.
So me and my best friend have never been like that, but like we literally have been best friends forever. And when I met Mark, that was like literally the first thing I said to him. I was like, hey, so just so you know, Like, my best friend's a dude. I don't want you to feel uncomfortable or whatever. But I'm gonna tell you right now, that's my best friend. And if you can't accept that, we can't be together.
You'll go before he goes.
Yeah, no, it really was.
We had that conversation
We
like
had
my
that
homegirl, Valessa.
Yeah, I was like literally, this is my best friend in the entire world. If you're not okay with me being friends with a dude, then we can't date each other.
That's the thing for me. Like, why can't people accept their partner being friends with people of the opposite sex? I would never expect the person. I would think it's strange as fuck to have my partner not have a female friend. It's just like you need to have some other perspective except for mine.
Yeah, I think there's a reason for that. I think a lot of it is people projecting their feelings
on others.
You know what I mean? I think that's exactly what it is.
Like,
I've never to have some other outside female, like outside of your family, outside of all of that.
I agree.
Because people automatically assume that if you're friends with somebody from the opposite sex, there has to be some kind of sexual attention.
No, and that's a.
And I don't believe that. I honestly have never believed that. And like I said, like, he's been my best friend for like ever and a day. Like, I met
probably like 15 years.
Well, I met Pat when I was 22. So
years.
It's been 15 years.
And
like we literally have been through like some shit together, like a lot together.
When Maria first broke up with her, when her fiance died, Pat was the first person she like made friends with. So after my fiance died, Pat was the first person that I made friends with outside of like me and my fiance's like friend group. So like, when I met him, it was like a pivotal like moment in my life.
Right.
Like, I needed somebody outside of my norm to take me away from it, I guess, like, realistically.
Start a new chapter in your life.
Like, yeah, like, and that's literally what happened, is that, like, I met him and I met other people, I met other friends, whatever, but, like, I even, like, when he started, like, even for him, so, like, most women that dated him had a problem with the fact that we were friends.
Even when me and her were dating.
Yeah, like, I was with Mark, and, like, women were, like... I had one of the girls that he dated literally looked at me, and he got out of the car to go get, like, money out of the ATM or something. And she was in the car, and she turned around, and she was like, just so you know, like, he's my boyfriend. And I'm not okay with the fact that blah, 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 blah. She gave me, like, a whole speech, and I looked at her, and I said, listen to me very carefully. I'm 10 times more important than you. I understand that you think you're important, but you're not. But you can say whatever you want to him. I'm going to be friends with him, whether you like me or not. Literally, a week later, she was on. Because, like, it was, like she was fucking crazy. That bitch was crazy. Like, she was crazy. But, like, I never wanted to date him. Like, we never had that type of relationship. Like, we were always, like, platonic. Like, we were always friends. I never had sex with him. I never, like, had any intimate feelings for him like that. Like, it wasn't like that. And even, like, when I started dating Mark, me and Mark got into a fight one night, and he was like, I like Mark. You need to work it out. Yeah, like really. And I was like, funny. You're my friend, not his friend. And he was like, no, you guys need to sort it out. Mark's a good person. Like, he's good for you. Like, I think it's going to work.
This goes back to the conversation we started to cut you off. My apologies. But that goes back to the conversation we had about having, like, yes men. Yeah. People who are going to be like, you know, like, hey, you're fucking up. Like, my best friend was like, when we first met Maria and he heard about it, he was like, his exact words to me were, 4 words, don't fuck this up. All he kept saying to me, don't fuck this up, don't fuck this up. We argued on Valentine's Day. She went to go see Pat, I went to go see Lavelle. And both of them were saying the same thing, like, you're both acting stupid.
Yeah.
Like, he was like, Lavelle was like, you're wrong for this, and she's wrong for that. And now y'all are both arguing stupid things. It's not that serious. We saw each other that night, and we were fine.
Yeah,
you need people like that in your
life.
True.
Yeah. No, it's true. Like,
that's the thing. You need other perspectives outside of your own.
Oh, definitely.
And that's an important thing. I don't feel like a relationship can survive without that. Because if the only female experience you're getting is her, and the only male experience you're getting is him, that's just never gonna work.
No,
at all.
It's not.
And the other thing about
you need somebody looking at it from hindsight, like.
But I also think it's something like something Amanda has been talking about for years, and I agree with her. She always talks about community. I also think that a big part of like friendships, marriages, and relationships is like the idea of community, where like my friends know Maria, they have her number. Like if they need something, they can call her.
Right.
Maria's friends are the same way with me. If they need something, I can call them.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Like one of the pivotal moments in me and Maria's relationship was calling her friend to like, and I was like, I need help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that helped forward our relationship. I think the fact that like I can put all of my friends in the same room together is a testament to the people and the group that you keep, the company you keep. You know what I mean?
I am so big on that. If I have to pick and choose what I tell you and what I tell you, I can't have your own.
I agree.
If I can't tell all my friends the same thing, you got to go.
Agree. I had this conversation recently with someone else talking about how I pick and choose who is in my life now. Like, right when I was younger, I'd be more open. I'd let people do certain things or, like, act certain ways. But now that I'm, like, older, like, I'm 37. 36. 37 in August. I am very particular about who is allowed in my circle.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. You deserve that right to make that decision because you're not at the same place in life, and those people are going to change based on where you're at. And if they're not growing with you, then unfortunately they're going to get left behind or they're going to be cut out. And the only person that's going to feel some type of way about it is them.
Yeah. Those
are the only people that's going to feel some type of way about it. I cannot say right now I have one friend that's transitioning in life that I'm not happy for.
Yeah.
And oh my God, can I speak on that for a second? This really befuddles me and it kind of pisses me off where you can't look at someone who's doing well in their life and be happy for them. I'll use Amanda as an example with Panda Care. Like, it started off as something smaller. She only had a couple of kids. But as time's gone on, as the months and weeks that have gone on, it's gotten bigger. She's doing better. She's getting more kids. And I hear her talk about it, and I listen, and I like see the passion of what she's doing. It makes me happy.
Yeah.
It actually feeds my motivation. It makes me want to do better.
Exactly.
When I see my friends,
and then she still finds the time to say, "What do you need? How can I help you?"
I know.
Yes.
It's crazy.
And I be like, "No, bitch, go take a nap."
Yeah.
Right? Like, you need to sleep when you sleep.
Yeah, like there's and it's funny the people you meet when you are open. There's someone I met this we call, and she coined this phrase like podcast play cousins. It's me, my homeboy Brandon, my homegirl Charmaine. We have my homegirl Stephanie. Like we've been like they're like my play cousins. And Charmaine coined this phrase, and like they knew each other longer than they knew me. Mm-hmm. But when I came into the fold, they accepted me immediately, and it felt really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm super happy for people where I watch them get noticed by certain medias. When I watch them get better guests, when I watch them like grow as podcasters or writers or whatever, that makes me happy. But it also, and this may sound selfish, it feeds me. It makes me want to be better at something else. And I watch like when you met Brandon, like the fact that like when I'm watching him talk about the stuff he's doing, I see the passion. It makes me happy. Talking to Charmaine, even if it's just via social media, it makes me happy. Watching homegirl Stephanie, Sunny quote that her fucking Twitter name cracks me up. But like watching her like get these random events where she's like speaking or going to, it makes me happy because it's like they're doing something they love. And, like, it gives me something to aspire to. But even if I don't aspire to that, like, watching them have their passion projects and then doing it well, like, how could you not be happy for somebody like that? Like, it's crazy.
Surprised.
I would, I probably would be, but I don't actually hang around people like that, man. I can't, man. But I do.
Exactly.
I feel like we've been very selective, like, in the last, like...
And that's what people that's what people get it messed up. Like, you're supposed to be selective like that. Yeah. Not everybody is supposed to have access to you.
Yeah.
True.
Like, and I always say this.
Don't be the energy whore. Don't be
Yes.
that person that somebody could come feed off of you when they need it and then disappear when they don't, but then they could come back. And some people take that and they misfeel like, oh, that's just my fair weather friend. I don't need that shit.
I don't like. Yeah, exactly.
I don't need it.
That's
I don't like
100%
it,
true.
and
Yeah.
it only works for them.
True.
And the other thing I gotta say is like, and I mentioned this on the podcast a million times, and I'll mention it a million more. We talk about people who are supportive. This show would have been over if not for Javi.
True.
Javi came in and was like, he saw the energy that I was putting into this and the passion I had into this, and he gave me the same passion in return.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he set up a website so I'd have an outlet to write and an outlet to promote my the stuff that I want to do.
Right.
He comes on there and like we have these, like, he's not yes man, but we have these discussions and disagreements and
But
things
that's
like
the
that.
thing that people tune in for, because it's like it keeps the content growing and
Yeah.
going.
Well, all 5 people who listen.
What did I tell you about that? There's more than 5 people, because you can't see the number of people who screen record and who say, "Oh, hey, listen to this," or
Yeah, but no,
there's a lot of things that you don't see behind the scenes.
But all jokes aside, though, like, it's like Javi has been like instrumental and stuff like this, and I always big up my best friend Lavelle, and I always big up my wife. The people who really support you, and it's like when they're doing good, it makes you feel good, and when I'm doing good, it makes them feel good. You know what I mean? I think I think that's really lost on people, man. Like, you don't have. If I was having the shittiest day of my life, and I look up and I see my best friend did something well, or my wife is doing, it's like right now my feelings don't matter. They matter, but my feelings take a back seat to watching someone else be happy. And
It creates a different perspective for you.
Yes.
Like, how can I turn this around?
Yeah.
But going back to like the 76, that was starting my story. So when I found out I was pregnant, I was just like, it took me out of this space.
I completely forgot that's what we were talking about.
Wine and stuff will do that to you.
That good old Voodoo Ranger.
Yeah.
It took me out of the space of wanting to like have sex, because I had always viewed myself as the fine ass auntie who wasn't having kids, who was just living life.
So wait, you didn't want kids, or you did? You didn't.
No.
So your son was like an unexpected like.
He was a very unexpected surprise.
Okay.
So it was different for me. Like, when I met his dad, it was like, okay, I met you during a weekend of party, and like I figured like you would be like my getaway. Like, you lived in another state. I seen you when I wanted to see you. That was it. And it was like, I felt set up. Like, when I found out I was pregnant, it was a big ass shock to me. But when I told him, it was like, oh, okay. And I'm like, okay. What you mean, okay? So you knew? And you didn't tell me?
So he was fine with it, and you didn't expect him to be as fine as he was with it.
I was expecting the same shock factor that I had sending the doctor.
Can I ask you, do you guys have a relationship now or no?
No.
Okay.
That time when my son was conceived was the very last time. Because in my head, I had already had it because it was like, I had started seeing things that I was like, this is not going to work for me. So I was like, oh, this is going to be the last time that let's just part ways.
So you're like, last bang.
Right. And then when I found out I was pregnant, like, I hadn't spoke to him in weeks.
Wow. Okay.
Like, because I was just already done. So I was just like pulling myself away. And I was like, if I don't reach out to him,
how does that work? No, I don't mean it like, I just mean like, because you had already disconnected yourself, right? Prior to finding out that you were pregnant.
Right.
And then you were like, oh shit, I'm pregnant.
Right.
I gotta tell this dude.
Right. And it was all through a text. So it was like, yo, I'm pregnant. Look, I took a pregnancy test on my lunch break because I was like, my period should be coming. And I'm like, what happened? And then I was like, let me just go
check real quick.
Right. So I go to CVS, I get the pregnancy test. All this is on my lunch break. I go back to work, take the test, and I was like, what? Like, I was just through, like, Open the other pregnancy test, because I bought, like, the double pack, and I was like, let me take both.
Let me recheck this. This isn't right.
Let me make sure.
Time out.
What?
There are double pack pregnancy tests?
Yes.
You get them for a discount, bitch. Couple
$2
extra dollars. 2 for $1.50.
And when you factor in the CVS bucks,
You might as well. Yeah, exactly. Right? Like, you take both of them just to be safe.
Don't judge my life. So
I'm just saying. I would do the same shit. What?
I'm not judging your life.
Shit.
I'm just judging the fact that they make.
There's no judgment here.
2 in the back.
They make Costco-sized pregnancy tests.
Oh, no, you can get like 5 packs if you want to. Like, shit, bitch, you can go to BJ's and be like, I'm going to get the 10-pack.
Value it up.
I'm going to get the 10-pack pregnancy test.
But you know what that is from? That's because IVF is such a big thing now.
No, it really is. Like, and because women are waiting now
Yeah.
to have children. Like, so I work on a postpartum floor now, and I noticed that, like, how many older in retrospect to when we were younger, when people having children in their 20s, most women now are waiting until, like, their late 30s.
They got careers.
Like, my age.
They
Like,
got careers
37, they're, like, having babies. Like,
They have
I work in
careers.
postpartum.
They have shit they gotta do.
I work in postpartum. Most women are in their 30s having babies. It's not like 20s anymore.
What was considered
when
high
you
risk.
when you see 20s, oh no, it's considered geriatric. It's a geriatric pregnancy.
I wish the fuck they would.
Bitch, I just want you to know that if you are over the age of 30 and above, they consider your pregnancy a geriatric
So do I get all like
geriatric pregnancy.
I can't.
Yes.
I can't.
But it's literally becoming the new norm and trend, right? Like, every person that I see in there is, like, generally, like, working on a postpartum floor, like, it's, like, in their 30s. And I'm like, wow. I'm kind of, like, shocked by it because I'm going to be 37 in August. I couldn't imagine pushing out a baby right now. Like, I'm not even trying to talk shit. Like, I give credit. Listen,
I'm one and done.
Mothers out there, I give all the credit in the
They
world.
already told me I could time my
You
kids.
are-
I'm like, here for it.
You are a saint.
Good news, everyone.
You are a saint. You are a God. You have done all the things. I am impressed by your will and your power. I don't want those things. I am impressed.
Let me tell you, it's rough as fuck.
It is. It is hard being somebody's mother. It's very hard.
Rough. Like, when I was pregnant, I had gestational diabetes. I couldn't even, like,
Jesus,
fully
like,
enjoy
all the
my
things.
pregnancy.
See?
How do you enjoy a... You know what? Never mind. I was about to, how do you
People
enjoy
do
a pregnancy?
enjoy their pregnancies. It happens.
Like, when you're able to eat without restrictions and eat, like, weird foods at that, like pickles and ice cream and shit, like
It makes me happy.
It
It
does.
makes me happy. When you go like, I'm going to eat this chocolate bar, it doesn't matter because I'm pregnant.
And I'm right after I want to get some French fries from there and stuff
Like, and
from
can you
there.
give me a hot dog?
And I want 4 clusters of crab legs.
And could you go get me a double Whopper? I would appreciate that.
Everybody waiting on you hand and foot.
Exactly.
It's like,
How about no?
Y'all
What?
are
Everything.
bugging.
No, it's
Pregnancy sounds fucking miserable.
I
It
mean-
depends on the person.
No, that
So,
just sounds miserable, period.
realistic.
You have a full person jumping on your fucking bladder.
But the thing is, that's not until the very end. The whole
Oh, I'm
time-
sorry. I'm sorry. You just have a person kicking you. You have to eat more than you normally would. You can't drink. You can't smoke. You
So
can't
here's
do
my
anything.
thing.
That shit sounds super trash.
I've never had children. I refer to being with child as being possessed. Right? Like,
You
because
carry a whole demon
realistically,
with-
like, literally, you're possessed. You
You're
cannot eat
battling
the
your
things that you
demons and
want.
carrying their demons.
You know, seriously, like,
And you know what? And then
what? You like pizza? Mom, I don't like pizza. Fuck you, bitch. I'm not eating pizza. Pizza's out. Pizza's out, bitch.
Oh,
I don't care if you like pizza. I don't like pizza.
Oh, what? You don't like eggs? I love eggs.
Mom,
Furnace with you. That's exactly what it is. It's
Mom,
just, your baby.
Mom.
Just when you think it's like you get it. You get it.
Mom, you want to sleep? You want to sleep? Fuck you, I'm awake, bitch.
I'm gonna play this drop one more time. You finally come home after a long day's work. You fed your baby everything you didn't like, but the baby loved. Everything was good. Everything was great. You lay down. You cut the TV on. Then all of a sudden your baby's like, I'm not finished with you!
It's so true, though. It's possession. Pregnancy is fucking possession. I give you all the credit in the world. It's possession.
I didn't have like that carrying Taj. It wasn't bad at all. The only part that really got me was gestational diabetes, but that's only because it's generational. That's just a generational curse. So it wasn't that I was eating the wrong things or
doing the wrong things. Yeah.
It just happened because
genetics,
it runs in my family.
Because genetics shit. Yeah.
Right. And once I had him, it went away immediately.
Okay.
And the thing with my pregnancy...
So wait, you're not pushing out any other babies?
Oh, God, no.
No, you're done?
I'm done. I wanted that.
Really?
I always wanted one boy. I had my one boy. So
and that's it?
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
My little
you don't envision any other babies
I have two
popping out in your
great.
Out of your
Because if somebody
hole.
fuck around and give me a daughter, that's just, I'm out. Like, put me in the
Yes, I'm sure,
now.
bitch.
So you don't want a daughter ever?
No.
Okay.
I told my mother I would have killed me a long time ago.
Stop
I would
it!
have took me clean
Stop
out.
it!
Like,
All
like,
right.
Stephanie, you got a daughter? Girl, my daughter.
All right. This has been the Old Man Wade Show. Before this shit gets any fucking darker, what the absolute fuck?
I am Groot.
It wasn't getting dark.
You threatened to kill a baby.
Myself.
Even I'm not. Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Hypothetically, if I was my mother, I would have taken me out probably
okay.
around the age 11. Like,
Hold on. Here we go.
girls.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks, don't mind me. I'ma just grab my.
Girls and me.
I couldn't imagine raising me.
Oh, girls are awful.
I was definitely my mother's tenfold.
Your mother's what?
My mother's
Tenfold.
tenfold. Like they have this thing that they say your child, if you were a problem child, then your child will be your tenfold.
Oh.
It's like Jamie with Nevaeh.
I was definitely my
Was Jamie
mother's
bad,
tenfold.
Oh, she's awful.
I gave my mother the ultimate run for her money because that's my grandmother used to tell me all these things about how my mother used to skip school and do this. There's actually this really funny story. My mother and one of my aunts, love her to death. They used to go down in this because my mother lived in Winning Street
Can you
Projects.
pause?
Alright, give me a second.
No, if you're not paused, it's fine.
I'm not paused now.
Oh, play it. No, play it then.
I haven't touched anything. You're good.
Okay. Edit point.
My mother,
I don't know.
I don't give a fuck enough.
my mother and my aunt used to go down in the South End and beat up the hoes on Tremont Street.
The hose.
The hoes. The hoes. If you want to sell your body for somebody, sell it for yourself. And just be beating up the hoes.
So me
Not
and my
like
cousin
the
used to
kids
drive
being
to Chinatown when we were teenagers so we could see the hookers.
I got this so good.
No, I'm legit serious. Me and my cousin used to make trips to the city so we could go see the hookers in Chinatown. Dead serious.
I never seen the ones
and
in
I'm the
Chinatown,
horrible
but
one.
I seen the ones on Blue Hill Island, baby.
I'm
There's
just
some
saying.
rough looking hoes.
You know, and I'm the petty and rough one here.
You're petty as fuck.
Y'all are beating.
I
up.
was a teenager.
Y'all are beating up. Hold up, I don't get that.
Y'all,
Where's my mother? Where's my mother's tenfold? Apparently, she was a piece of shit when she was a kid.
Mm-mm.
Somebody did it.
Your mother wasn't bad when she was a kid.
Yeah, she was.
Really?
My mother. Apparently, according to my mother, my grandmother, and my uncle, my mother was not a nice person.
Really?
Talk to your
No,
grandma.
not when she was a child. That was as an adult.
No, when she was like a teenager.
Really?
Yeah.
She was an asshole then too?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Maybe it's just a Lynch thing. We're all just assholes.
Well, maybe.
Talk to your grandmother. She'll tell you who the tenfold was, but I know for sure I was my mom.
Really? You were an
Maybe
asshole?
maybe my mother
I
was my
can't
grandmother's
imagine you
tenfold.
being an asshole though.
Mother had
I can
to
see
calm
it.
me down a lot.
I can see
I
it.
was just talking to Carmen, and I was telling her about today.
PR Carmen or
PR Carmen.
PR Carmen.
I was telling her about how, because my mom was following me back from me picking up her car, and this lady was trying to cut her off, but there wasn't enough space between my car and my mom's car for her to get in. And so she tried to like jam her car in, and I'm like, I'm watching this whole thing in my rearview mirror, and my mom's just not letting her in because she's following me. So the lady like stops and rolls down her window and is saying something.
I'll fight
and
that
my
bitch.
mother rolls down her window.
I get out the
so
car.
I threw my car in park. And
Right? I would got out! Fuck you! Amen! I'm with you! Because I was like, bitch! That's my mother.
I threw my car in park. I was like, is there a problem?
Yeah.
I'll fight you, bitch! bitch.
The girl didn't even see me coming, and Carmen's like, I need you to stop popping out on
I love it.
It's crazy.
I have bad road rage. He knows.
Hold on, I gotta go.
I have the worst road rage. I will stab someone.
Well, let me tell you the backstory. We had went to DC one time for when I was pregnant, we went to DC for Carmen's birthday. We did a road trip, and we were looking for this restaurant. And so I had pulled over to let the cars behind me pass while we looked. And this lady was just beeping for no reason. And I was like, mind you, I'm pregnant. And so I'm like, what the fuck is she beeping for? I pulled over. She pulls up beside me and she's going back and forth. I rolled down my window. I said, bitch, do you want to get out?
I will fight you.
Carmen, Amanda, Shanice,
Stop it.
Yardy, everybody's like, Stephanie, you're pregnant. I don't give a fuck.
I will fight you.
Get out.
Bitch, you want to fight me? I will fight you. I'm 9 months pregnant. I'll fight you, bitch.
That's legit how I was like 7, 8 months. I was like, bitch, you want to fight?
Stephanie, the next time you come over to do this podcast, I am literally just gonna hit record and play video games the whole time. I'm just gonna let the two of y'all.
I love it
I'm not
so
doing
much.
a fucking thing.
But I love you.
Oh no, I'm good with it. I'm perfectly good with it. Y'all can talk.
Literally,
this is
I
all
have
great
road
content.
rage like that all the time. Like, I'm gonna fight somebody right now.
Maria, let me tell you. Hold on. So Maria's bad. Like her road rage is bad.
I have really
But
bad
like
road rage.
she's road rage in the car.
I'll fight somebody.
She's not gonna get
I will legit get out of the car now.
Don't let her fool you. Not one
I'll get out of
time.
the
Not
car.
one time has she.
I want to get out of the car.
Not one time has she even attempted to get out the car.
I've thought.
So let me tell you a story. One time when I was leaving McFadden's, Maria picked me up when I was bouncing at this bar, and
Are you paused?
no,
No. Okay. Go ahead.
actually probably end it. It's getting close, but
You don't have to end it. Whatever.
We're an hour and a half in.
Oh damn, that went fast.
So
That escalated quickly.
we're sitting there, whatever, and like I'm in the car, and this fucking Cadillac Escalade was just doing this like stupid shit, almost pumping into her car, and I'm sitting there, and I'm a couple of beers in because after we're done with work, we usually drink a little bit, and he's like purposely doing that douchey thing where you kind of swerve, like, oh, I'm gonna hit you. Oh, I'm gonna hit you.
Oh my
some
God, I hate that shit.
some fucking European looking douchebag or whatever. So we're at the light, and I look over at him, and he smiles and jokes and flips me off, and I go, nope. I lean back, pulled the unlocked the thing, and opened the door. Maria's grabbing the seatbelt and he's like, oh shit, and like sped off around the corner because I was going to. Let me tell you, I wasn't gonna open his door. I was gonna punch him through the fucking window. I was going to kill this motherfucker.
I love it. I'm here for it.
I may have anger issues.
I know I do. They were telling me, they were like, you calmed down since you had Taj, but Stephanie, we need to stop popping out of cars. First, fuck of all, she ain't gonna talk to my mom in any kind of way.
I'm about to text Amanda right now because Stephanie's telling me a story about her almost getting into a fight on a trip with you.
She's probably gonna say which one.
Oh man, that's been the Old Man Wade Show. This was fucking great. I want to thank my lovely wife, the Valkyrie, for doing this with me. She's fucking amazing. Stephanie, give everyone your math, please. While you're eating wine-infused fruit.
It tastes good. Find me on Instagram at venomouslyme or on Facebook, Stephanie Renee.
It's simple enough. All right, everybody, you can find us. Well, if you found us, you found me. Don't forget to visit oldmanwade.com for more articles. You can also visit my homeboy, my best friend, blackrabbit.com, BLAQUERABBIT, for more podcasts and stuff like this. And also don't forget to listen to the podcast that I put on via the breaks, and then there will also be more. So until then,
Damn it, Wade!